How was it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a roller coaster this league, really. Yeah, for me, it was pretty special to sail out down the coast of NZ. Sail kind of past my hometown, you know, past some spots you know pretty well from you know, being younger, and then you know, obviously off East Cape, you know, knowing that's the last land you're going to see for a couple of weeks, and yeah, it was pretty cool. But then you know, to get down south again, you had some really fun, you know, hard running conditions for the first couple of weeks, and you know, before it started to get really tough later in the league, and I think it's something that no one was really prepared for. You know, what ended up happening with you know, the email we received about a man overboard incident on one of the boats, and you know, I think we're all holding out a little bit of hope still at that stage, but then to you know, get the second email that you know, life had been lost at sea was something that definitely knocked all of us about a little bit for quite a while, and you know, definitely our thoughts were with you know, the guys on board Scallywag and girls, and you know, all John's friends and family. It's something that's just a horrible accident, and you know, a sad day for the sport and the race. So, yeah, but at that point we probably took it a little bit easier for a few days because we were all you know, a little bit depressed. But then you know, I think we you know, managed to start focusing on the race again, just because you needed to focus on something, and you know, it's pretty cool to you know, now be in Itajaí, you know, with a leg win, you know, with a lot better look on the scoreboard for the team, and a lot happier sponsors, and you know, probably it feels like we've deserved a slightly better result for a few leagues now, and it hasn't really come our way. But you know, it's great to you know, finally get a good result in a very important league.
Were there any moments you doubt about getting the victory?
Yeah, well, it's probably been documented pretty well, but you know, we definitely had a fair few gear issues on board, just minor ones. You know, we ripped probably the one that made us the most nervous was the fact that the J2 was ripped, and you know, we needed that for a couple of days out of the Falkland Islands, and then we had to end up peeling to the J3 after the repair didn't hold, and then we were probably a little bit slower for the next couple of days while we were fixing it again, when we kind of had to put it up. But it was, yeah, you know, I mean, that brought Dongfeng a lot closer to us, and you know, I think they were probably within 10 miles on the leaderboard, you know, the whole way from just after the Falkland Islands. So you know, for us, we just had to sail you know, as well as we knew we could, and you know, I think we did a bloody good job of just putting our boat between them and the mark, and you know, not taking too much risk and just backing our abilities on board. Yeah, this victory, I think, puts us back in the race. You know, it's something to this point. We probably all came in with a little higher expectations than what we've been doing, and I think we've all been you know, pretty frustrated with the results, and you know, I definitely feel like we've sailed you know, better, especially in the last couple of leagues, last 3 leagues, than you know, what it's shown. We didn't sail very well in the first league, but apart from that point, you know, it feels like we've tried to put together some pretty good leagues, and this hasn't really happened for us. But we're obviously really happy to actually get you know, a good result, and you know, I think it gives our team a lot of confidence moving forward. Well, I think the goal's the same as it was at the beginning, to try and win. I don't see any reason why the goal would change at all. You know, we're under no illusions, it's not going to be easy, but it's you know, great to you know, show we've got the stuff to you know, hold off probably the fastest boat in the race, Dongfeng, you know, with that kind of margin the whole way up from the Falklands, and you know, I think we're just getting better and better as a group. You know, we're a pretty young bunch, but you know, it's yeah, I think KP's you know, really showed you know, how valuable he is this league. He had a really good league tactically. You know, made the right call to do little splits and make little gains at times, and then the right call to kind of consolidate. And you know, I think we had a really good understanding of you know, when the grid file was reliable and when it was not. You know, when to do things and when to not. And I think Bowie's just been there so many times. You know, he's probably not the physically strongest anymore, but you know, he definitely makes up for that in other ways.